Alright, man, what's good with y'all? Let me need peace. Man, what's up? This is a butter that is commonly used on pretty much everything. A lot of fine dining restaurants, they do use compound butter. Technically, this butter is called butter of the gods, but you know, since it's not going to be the recipe, like from what I learned it's going to be a little different. So we'll call it, you know, butter of the moon guy. First and foremost, there you go, country crock. If you know, you know. It's what black people use. Let me start. So this is a little bit more than a pound. Yeah, this is a pound and 14 ounces. But this will be fine. This will be fine. These bad boys right here. This is bone marrow. A little salt, left pepper. Next we got basil, chives. We have thyme. It's time. And we got a little sage. A little bit of sage. I know a lot of people are like, oh, sage is used for this. Sage actually has a really good flavor. I have ground sage here too. I do use it here and there and things. It's a very strong herb. When cooking with it, you don't need a lot. Got a very, very strong taste. Very, very strong smell. Shallots. Garlic. 4 to 5 little cloves off there, maybe more depending on how big they are. Parsley. Oh, look at that shit, it's green, shawty. That shit green, shawty. Now, like I was saying, this is a compound butter that's used a lot in the kitchen for a lot of everything. It's used on seafood, lobster tail, salmon. We use it a lot on steaks. It's used in pastas. It's used in everything. Whereas butter is required, you're using the compound butter because you're adding more of a flavor profile to it, good flavor to that one. Last but certainly not least, you are going to need these bad boys. These are cured egg yolks. They look as hard as they are. That's the egg yolks. See that? You see me pressing? That's how these egg yolks are. They got firm. I cured them. I go through a little process. I'm about to clean them off. I need to clean them off, honestly. We'll try to. So I'm gonna give them a quicker rinse. Don't rinse too hard. You rinse too hard, they're tough, but they are a little brittle once you start rinsing them off. But yeah, see, these are my cured egg yolks right here. I'm gonna take these cured egg yolks and I'm gonna wrap them in a towel, put another towel on top of them, place them back in the refrigerator to cool off. Always clean as you go. Number one rule in the kitchen, clean as you work. A clean space is a godly space, right? Every chef should have one of these. Little Messermeister case, carrier case, knife case. Just a flex, that's all. I'm just flexing, y'all. This is my work. When I'm at work butchering, we are going to start with the parsley. Just gonna take a little bit of parsley. We don't really need a lot. A little bit of parsley heads. Make sure this isn't like regular leaf parsley. This is Italian parsley. Minced parsley, bam, right there. One down. Next, we're gonna go chives. The ones in the middle are limping, dead as hell. Always check your chives. You wanna get them as small as possible. I know everybody can't cut that great, but you still wanna try. The smaller, the better. ourselves a quick cleanup real quick. Quick wipe down. I got chives everywhere. All right, next we are going basil. Basil's strong for this. I wouldn't use one whole thing. I'd probably get 4 of the big leaves. 5 if you gotta do like the medium ones, but like 4 of the big leaves. I'm gonna do 5 just in case. And then you just roll that sucker up like that. You wanna stack them and roll them up like that. Now that we got it like this, we can sit here and we can cut, break it all the way down. That's our basil right here. You don't need a lot of basil. Basil is a very strong herb, just like sage. When it comes to the sage, we're doing 2 good sized leaves. Sage is really strong. This is like a small aftertaste type shit. You know what I mean? You want that hint of it. You want that, what is that in there? What that is? What you put in there? Oh, you want that aftertaste? Oh, you ain't no good? Man, that's that sage, man. You don't be putting sage. Yeah, that's that shit, man. You gotta put that shit up in there. Damn, that shit smells good too. This herb I like to put a lot of. It's that thyme. It looks like a lot, but when you take all these off, these stems, it's not as much as you think it is. As you can see, I'm going through quite a bit. I'm not getting too much off of it. Thyme is annoying to sit here and peel. Now I gotta make sure there's no big stems in the thyme. Once I do that, mince this bad boy up. Cutting will work out those muscles, man. Alright, we're gonna use this little bitty one. We don't need a big one. Look at that, fits perfect, man. So, what we're gonna wanna do, you're gonna wanna look at your bone marrow. Some of them, like this part right here, okay, yeah, it's soft. At first, it didn't seem soft. You wanna check the spots where it's the biggest, and if it's soft right here, like this, and like these are, that's good, because you're gonna, you know, they'll do, let me flip this one over. They'll do what you need. They'll absorb all the seasonings, because you're gonna still season right on top, right where the marrow is when you throw it in. Preheat the oven to about 400 to 425. I think I have mine's at 400. That's good, because you're gonna want to keep an eye on the bone marrow. You're gonna want to make sure you're constantly checking the bone marrow, because you don't want to cook the bone marrow too long. Remember, it's just fat. It's a lot of fat, and it's even though it's flavored, it's a lot of flavor. The bone marrow is very fatty, so if you cook it too long, it'll literally just melt, and you won't have anything in that bone in the middle. Reason why I turn it up so high is because I'm gonna want it to get as crisp as possible, as fast as possible, and then take it out. You're gonna wanna hit it with a little extra virgin olive oil, and then after that, you're gonna hit it with some of your seasonings. Now, you can pick and choose which seasonings you wanna throw on top of the bone marrow. It doesn't really matter, as long as the seasonings, you know, the base seasons that you're using, you don't gotta throw them all in there, because remember, you're gonna try to you're gonna try to crisp this thing right here. So I throw the oil right on there, Found. The next, we're gonna go thyme. Hit the bottom. We're gonna go a little bit of sage. Just a little sage. A little basil. And after that, we're gonna go salt and pepper. So we go pepper. And then we're gonna throw it in the oven. Now while that's cooking real quick, shallot and garlic. Let's get some mincing, y'all. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes, man. All these shallots got me, man. You're gonna want a good, it's a compound butter, so you're gonna want a good garlicky taste. So I'm gonna do 5 little cloves. All right, that's enough for mincing garlic, y'all. We finally done with that shit. Check on this. That's the marrows. All right, yeah, the next thing we do now is we are going to saute, and we are going to when we saute, we're going to season just a little bit. So we're still using this butter, which is left out, room temp, the country crock, but we're not touching it because we're going to want a full thing and some, so we're going to use a little bit of our other country crock to saute. Best thing when you're cooking, you want to get you a spatula with this right here, with the red tip right here. When you see spatulas that have red right here, they're usually tempered. That means they can stand a certain amount of heat. They're tempered or heated, or they're treated to, you know, withstand higher temperatures. So it's easier to saute when you have one of these. So now we're gonna throw in our shallots. All right, see now I'm translucent. Next we're going with the garlic, y'all. Like that. That's how you hit them flips, y'all. Real quick flips. Alright, so now I'm gonna start hitting it with my seasonings. So we got basil. I'm gonna take it off the eye real quick. We got thyme. And we got sage. These ones are going in now. The only seasonings that you're gonna throw in right when you cook, right when you're mixing everything together, are your parsley and your chives. I'm also hitting it with some cumin, or to some cumino. Not a lot, just a touch, and just a touch of paprika smoked. Just a touch. That's for color. mix. That's your herb and it's your herb mix right there. Now, it's the best part, man. The easiest and best part, y'all. Combining all the ingredients. First things first, we have our butter, y'all. We're just dropping that whole thing in there. All right, next we're gonna get our bone marrow, Ollie. That's the bone marrow right there. This whole recipe literally revolves around this. This is the main, this is so important to your recipe, this bone marrow. That's what everything is literally revolving around, is this shit right here. All that fat and flavor. Next, we got the chives. Oh, chives, y'all. And the parsley. And then after that, we got this, the mix. We got the mix, y'all. I almost forgot salt, pepper. Next things next, we're gonna slap it in our machine, in our KitchenAid mixer. We'll turn on one on stir first. Get things somewhat mixing. So we're gonna turn that off first. You're always gonna wanna lift it. And you're gonna wanna always take your spatula and go down at the bottom. Always make sure you go down to the bottom and lift up, because 9 times out of 10, the mixers don't get all the way down there. Now, once you do that, put it back down, lock, and then I put it on to maybe 4. Let that sucker mix. See, what we're doing right now is we're whipping it really good, and we're folding air into it, which puffs it up and increases the volume. In essence, you turn out with more than what you started with, so yeah, that's not bad. And that's it, y'all. We done now. Wait, we're not done. I almost forgot again. I almost forgot, y'all. Because last time I made this, I forgot. This right here is a microblader. It's pretty much like a, it's pretty much a cheese grater, but finer. Way finer. Way thinner, way finer. It's good. I like it. So next, what we're doing is we're gonna take all these and we're gonna slowly grate them right here onto the top. And if you look in there, you can see how fine and it's grating. Now remember, this is egg, y'all. All right, here we go, guys. The last part. Our container. Right here, we're just gonna empty our butter right back in it. That's your compound butter right there, full of flavor. Oh God, that's good. Yo, that is good. I don't eat butter, but you give me some of that. So I'll label this, compound butter, or I'll label this. Um, this is actually gonna be my new butter. I'm gonna call it the butter of the moon god, y'all. Instead of butter of the gods, this is butter of the moon gods. Or the moon god, my bad. Not butter of the gods, plural. The moon god, baby. Just one. That's me. This is what I got out of it, y'all. Maybe like a container and a half. Just like that, y'all. Like I said, it's really good. Really, really good when you want to do fancy things at the house. You can always keep that butter to the side. Honestly, man, real talk, just making that shit, using this butter and just making some eggs. Oh my god. Oh my god. So I'm just saying, you can use this butter for everything. Use it when you're, like I said, when you're making eggs, fucking, when you're sauteing up onions, you know what I mean? That butter, this butter is really good. Multi-purpose. When you're basting a lobster or a seafood or a steak. Very, 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 very good. Y'all stay blessed, less stress. Don't let nobody put you to the test. Remember to always do your motherfucking best. And if you got some haters on your back, don't forget to flex on their ass. You know what I'm saying? And I'll catch y'all when I catch y'all next, man. Y'all always stay blessed.